Hi, I'm Karen Simmons and I'm going to talk about hurts and cleaning them up. Yeah, cleaning them up. So one way to say this is that cleaning up hurts is different from cleaning up physical things. So thinking about crying over spilt milk, which is a really strange kind of saying in some ways, because it can be a bit misleading, because it's true, it's no use crying over spilt milk. You need to clear it up, get a mop and water and clear it up physically and squeeze it out and make the area clean again. That's how you do it. That's how you clear up spilt milk. Crying about it doesn't help. On the other hand, emotions, when you're clearing up emotions, clearing them up with a mop or a piece of cloth and some water doesn't work. I think we may have got confused here. Like, it brings to mind how we think that if we can dry those tears, and then the emotions cleared up. Physically dry the tears, get a handkerchief, dry the tears, make yourself look okay again. Oh, put a smile back on your face, and then it's all cleared up. It's not the same. No, that does not clear up the emotion. It will clear up the physical aspects of what happened, which was the tears, and your face goes all funny, doesn't it, when you cry? I hate seeing my face when I cry. But it's completely different. Clearing up spilt milk you can do with a mop or a piece of cloth and some water. Clearing up emotions, you cannot do them like that. You have to, there's a different way of clearing up emotions, dealing with emotions, and it is crying. One of the things is crying. I'm sorry if you didn't want to hear that, but because you don't like crying, or you don't like listening to crying, or it upsets you to even hear crying, or it upsets you to even cry, which can be the case, absolutely, totally the case when you're not used to it, when you're not used to doing it. But this is the mechanism by which we heal hurts. This is the mechanism by which we recover our intelligence from the hurt. When a hurt happens, it's like zzz, isn't it? It goes into your mind, into your intelligence. It stops you thinking. Well, as you can't, when you're upset, when you're frightened, when you're really scared, when you're embarrassed, it's really hard to think clearly, isn't it? And so we need to clear out those emotions from your thinking, and that will enable your thinking to continue again. So it's a totally different way of dealing with something. And clearing out emotions does involve crying and listening to crying, laughing. That's the good one. That's the good news. Listen to laughter, join in with laughter, make that laughter go on as long as you can, because laughter will just carry on, will just clean and clear and relax and bring you back to a much better state. As you probably already know, we all love laughing, don't we? So laugh, that's a brilliant one. Shaking is also, particularly what I'm talking about, fear here. If you've been frightened or somebody's been frightened and they're shaking, don't be worried by the shaking. Their body needs to shake. It's actually a mechanism to deal with the fear. And again, if somebody needs to shake for 5 minutes, then be with them and don't be worried by it. And it's a privilege, really. It's a privilege, isn't it, to be with somebody when they're going through a difficult state like fear or grief or embarrassment. You can actually really help them just by being with them and by being relaxed. I mean, that's just wonderful. I find that wonderful. I've been doing this with other people for decades now, and it is the most privileged thing to be able to do, to be able to be with somebody when they're in a state of fear or embarrassment or pain or grief, and they're healing it. And you know that just by being with them and really agreeing to be their ally, not be worried, don't be worried. Don't be worried. Kind of, it feels, if I'm listening to somebody who's in doing one of those things, crying, laughing, shaking, and if I'm looking at them worried, I'm not really helping them. I need to, if I want to help, I have to be relaxed. Actually, I was just, those all those hospital and ambulance programs, how wonderfully relaxed the doctors and the nurses and the paramedics are. Yeah, similar thing. They know that they have to be relaxed in order to think clearly. And they have to be relaxed in order to, they're on sharp alert. They're thinking really fast and furious, aren't they? But they have to be relaxed. They have to not let somebody else's emotions or even their own emotions at that point get to them. If they have feelings about what's happened, which undoubtedly do, they will have to deal with them at another time. So it's not that they don't have them, but they will have to deal with them at another time. So the point of listening to these emotions and being with them. And I know some people find it hard to believe that these emotions are useful, but they are. Why do we have them if they're not useful? Why do we have them if they're not useful? And we have evolved. Natural selection. Natural selection has actually selected for emotions. Because, we know that most other animals in the animal kingdom don't exhibit emotions to the same extent as we do. There's a reason for them. And it is this about dealing with emotional stuff. And the point, why do you have to deal with it? Why can't you just say no and shut it away? The point about dealing with it is that you need to deal with it in order to clear your thinking. So I'll just say that again. You need to deal with the emotions in order to clear your thinking, in order to be able to think more clearly about what was going on there. So if whatever happened, whether it was your fault or somebody else's fault or nobody's fault, it's like you need to be access to the information from that scenario, from that incident, whatever happened. The information from that scenario is really valuable. It's going to be really useful to you in your life. Whether it's, somebody hurt me but they didn't mean to, somebody hurt me but they did mean to, I wonder why they wanted to hurt me. Being able to think through what was happening here, how could I deal with it in the future? Do I need to be hurt by it? What do I think I want to think about that? What was going on there? In order to work out all those things. And so it's about reclaiming our whole intelligence, really. That's what this whole process, the end point, is to reclaim our whole intelligence, which includes all of our humanity, how we get on with each other, how we live together, work together, be together, how we make life the best that it can be for all of us, for us, our children and everybody. Okay. Right, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that would be great. And as always, I'll be talking more about these things in other videos. Bye for now.